All right, non-negotiable at number 3. This is one of the biggest because it's very overarching, is be a student of yourself. One of my favorite quotes that I've heard is Carl Jung. It says, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will control your life and you'll call it fate. We just think fate is directing our life of where we're going, but it's just because we're unconscious of the parts of us that are actually leading us to where we're going. And this is one of the biggest focuses of my bodybuilding career, because after a while, especially in bodybuilding, hypertrophy training, it's relatively simple. You know how to train, you know how to eat, and then it's not so much figuring out what to do, but what drives you to actually do it and to do it consistently. I feel like the deepest work of long-term success, because it's one thing to hit something and achieve it, to win one Olympia, to find the girl, to do all these things, to get the girl, but to like marry them for 40 years, to win 6 Olympias, to win 8 Olympias, like the GOAT, then you need to understand what's driving you. Is it a lack of self-worth? Are you finding your value, your identity in everything you're doing? Is it pure love for what you're doing? Is it like anger that you're trying to prove back to someone that you can achieve something they said you couldn't? There's so many different reasons that could be driving you, and if you're blind to what it is and you're like, it's because I just love the sport, but realistically, if you didn't have the success or the stage or the camera or whatever it may be, you wouldn't be doing it because you're doing it for the attention or this or that, and that's going to drive you into the wrong way if you're not being honest with yourself. If you can actually understand what's driving you, then you don't have to obey it blindly. You can feel something like fear or a draw to something. All of a sudden you wake up 5 years later and you don't know where you are because you've been pulling by this blind force you're unaware of. You can feel fear pulling you somewhere, and because you understand it's controlling you and where it's coming from and what it's protecting you from, then you don't have to listen to it. What?
Get the fuck out of here.
People get so angry when you turn left. Like, what? You're driving behind me. Kids these days. All right, non-negotiable number 4 is standards over feelings. I always think of the Olympia in this, where I had a standard that no matter what, I was gonna show up and do the best, and I was gonna get on that Olympia stage no matter what got in my way. And I had so many injuries, I had all these things went wrong. My second last year, I remember I tore my lat at the gym. I found out Courtney was pregnant, had all this personal crazy stuff going on, and it was just a shit show. I was in Canada, I called Courtney, I was like, I just tore my lat, fuck this, I'm not doing this Olympia, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I'm quitting, I can't do this. And I was just like, done. But I didn't let that control me, because even though you feel like quitting, it doesn't mean quitting is the right thing to do. So what I did was, my standard was that I was gonna get on the Olympia stage and I was gonna give my all. So I did that. I had the day where I felt like shit, and then I got back to work the next day because that was my standard, not what I was feeling. The big thing is that you don't want to decide how you're going to show up in the middle of an emotion. You need to decide right now, or at the beginning of this next week, or getting into a big season, how you're going to show up when shit inevitably goes wrong. You can't wait until it's hard and be like, oh, what do I do? It's, you pre-decide when you're motivated, when you're feeling good, when you're at your highest point, your realest self, and then from that moment on, those are the standards that you hold, not the decisions you make when you're in a low place.